Biff in it.
Who did put the cap back on the milk bottle? He did! And they pointed at each other.
So, yeah. I'm actually not at the phone right now. But if you want, leave a message, that's great. If you don't, that's cool too.
That was like kind of
So just, leave a message at the beep, and then we're all gravy. All right?
We're all gravy.
Nustin.
Now that Nustin character,
NustinIsFine.
he's pretty fire.
Alright. This is great. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we're going to go through some of these and we're going to answer them as we go. Hopefully I have more responses. No, 5 still? That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so this segment is going to be called Knowledge from Nustin. I'm going to give my knowledge to everyone who's coming in. If you have any advice for the person that I'm reading, please call 414-439-3906. Or if you have a pressing matter that needs urgent attention, please call in at 414-439-3906. All right. So, first one. We got B.A. Know him pretty well. He's my boy. Autumn B.A. Does great things. For the environment. Takes the trash out, when he's supposed to. Doesn't let the flies fly up. All right, but his situation that he needs knowledge on tonight is going to be life. Very broad, but that's fine. That's fine. So, what I think of life, right? I think of the beauty that it can bring and how great life can be. I lived pretty great for a long while, but it didn't last long. Well, it did, but the sadness always seems to last longer than the happy moments, right? So thinking back to everything that I've ever done, it's been kind of scary. It's been a lot to handle, taking care of life, finding jobs, making sure everything's paid for, taking care of your family. That's scary and intense. But it's worthwhile. Life's about the happy moments. Life's about the moments you look back on and go, that's pretty fun. That was a great time. So my biggest takeaway from life is that anything can happen. Take it slowly. I feel like I've said a lot of things here. Let's try to coagulate these thoughts, huh? BA, take life one step at a time, okay? See it as it's coming. Treat it like tennis and volley it back. You got it? All right. BA, if you want to call in, you can call in anytime. 414-439-3906. Or you're one of the people that has my personal number, so you can just call me anytime. All right, on to the next one. We got Brian. And he has his life situation is he would like Steve back on the show. How do I make this happen? He's referring to the Kirk Minahan show from Barstool. Unfortunately, I don't think Steve wants to do the show anymore. I just don't think it's a possibility. If he wanted to the show, he'd be at the show. And I don't know if it's... I don't think it's right to put Cully up to the same standard we put Steve in. No two people are the same. He's worried about different things. Kirk chose Cully for a reason. Yes, he rags on him a lot, but I mean, that's the point, right? It's entertaining. We're talking about this show right now. We love this show. We watch this show every day, every other day, every 3 days a week. 3 days a week. I found it was easier to watch this show when it was 5 days a week. You know what I mean? When I could watch this show when I got home from work every day, it was great. But now I gotta space my time out. I lose track of it. I don't think I finished a show in a long time. Aww, my baby. I miss you too. Gosh. Got a text from my baby. When you get home, a little respect. I like how Mac Miller was just vibing with me for a second in the corner. That's great. All right, I don't... So, in conclusion, you can't get Steve back because Steve doesn't want to do the show anymore. Cully wants to do the show. He wants to be here. Let's appreciate him for what he is. All right, let's go to the next one. Michael, getting through every day without getting burnt out. That is a huge thing for me. I do that practically every day. I've done that for the past 3 weeks consecutively, for the past 7 months consecutively. Not being able to see the people I want to see every day gets me down. And then I think about how down I'm getting, and I think about why I can't spend time with them. And then I think about why am I not doing anything to tell them, hey, you know what, I'd like to spend more time with you. And then not being able to carve out that time because of work or school or whatever else. And the common thread in all of those is that none of those thoughts are helpful. So I suffer from mental health. I have plenty of mental health issues. And I use BetterHelp.com. I used code Kirk. You can use whatever code you like. Get 10% off. It's a great thing. Hashtag no free ad right there. But one of the things we talk about frequently are my cognitive distortions. Those are things my brain tells me that is not actually always true. That is most of the time, all of the time, just me coming up with something and convincing myself that it's truth. For example, actually, I have my notes. I bring a notepad to every therapy session. I do all my therapy sessions online. I'm able to type everything that I need to talk about. That's my cognitive triangle. It seems like I lost the page, but that's fine. That's fine. So, cognitive distortions. That's the one that I focus on most of the time is, I guess it's all or nothing. I'm going to text the wifey the link real quick so she can hear me talking. She's having a rough night, guys. So sorry. Priorities, though. Priorities. That's what I'm talking about right there. Kind of. All or nothing, right? Well, I was not talking about all or nothing. I'm going to switch to all or nothing because that's easier to talk about. So, I think my brain often goes to the place where if I didn't complete something fully, or if I didn't spend all day with this person, then it wasn't worth it. It wasn't a worthwhile day. And then I beat myself up about it. Knowing that I suffer from those things makes me get down more. Michael, I think the biggest thing, my biggest takeaway from this, is making sure that all your thoughts are helpful. I know most of the time that's hard to do, and that's completely understandable. I do that every day. I've done that 10 minutes ago. I'm doing that now, actually, now that I'm talking about it. But the largest, most dangerous thing is they're the stuff that you can't see, that you don't expect are coming, right? So why wouldn't your thoughts be any different? An ad for Hulu's up. I think, Michael, if this is the Michael that I think it is, Michael, I think you got it going on. I think you're great. All right. You've been my best man. You're going to be my best man in my wedding. I appreciate you. Getting burnt out is fine. I think, for you specifically, I think you need to carve out spots in your life and spots in your day just for you. Don't worry about anybody else. Oof, there's a pop in my ear. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about anything else going on. Do something that makes you happy. If that's talking with Steve or Squeeze or anybody else on that Discord, or if that's staring at the Bootios poster that you have on your wall. There it is. Or hey, maybe you just want to clean your room a little bit. I know my room's an absolute pigsty. I haven't cleaned it in 7 months. All right, I've been down. But I know you got it, Michael. Again, if you need more help, call 414-439-3906, or you can call me on my personal number, Michael. You have it. So go for it. All right, let's go with the next one. All right. So we're going to be talking with a spirit from beyond the grave. I've never done that before. I'm a medium-sized medium, if you will. And his life situation is that, or their life situation is that they have a friend who doesn't like my other friend, but they're always passive-aggressive at each other while trying to get the admiration and fatherly love from the same person who will never give it to either of them. So your wording's a little weird because this is by definition also passive-aggressive. So Kirk and Chris and Cully. This is stressful. All right. So, Tyler the Creators is on. I love this one. This one's probably one of my favorites. Yikes. That's going to be rough in a little bit. All right. Well, we will see what that breeds later today. All right. I'm answering my father. I'm so sorry. I will get to your Kirk problems in a second. Oh, my dad texted me. I'm sorry. I don't talk to him enough. Again, one of my other cognitive distortions. On stream right now. All right, send him the link. All right, let's get back to it. All right, okay. So Kirk is not that kind of guy, and I don't think Chris is looking for that kind of attention. He brought up, actually, no, that's a great point, because Chris brought up that he was fucking monkey boy. The monkey guy. He brought up that he was that monkey guy. So, like, of course Kirk's gonna, get so excited at the idea that's being there that he'll target that specific. Like, they made a whole moment about it. But that's also because Cully, the producer, wants to show Chris in a bad light. This is just messy. I think we should just... Chris, he is. Terry McGeary. Chris is a closet alcoholic. Yes. Aren't we all? I have a couple bottles by my bed. Haven't touched them in a while. And I get sad about it sometimes. That I haven't touched them and that I have them to begin with. VD, I love you, buddy. Oh. Oh. These are great. All my faves are in here. I wish more of my faves were in here, though. Anyway, so Cully and Chris are just, they're never going to get along, but they're never going to make it bigger than Kirk, because Kirk's not going to make it bigger than them. It's just not going to be a thing that's going to make any big splashes. It's going to be something that we just read too much into. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna leave it there. I didn't mean to hit that. I'm sorry. All right. We got Trent Ryan. All right. Thinking about hooking up with this hot girl from high school, but kind of in a relationship. Don't want to end the relationship. Just want to fulfill a lifelong fantasy, because she is in my DMs every night. Yes. So to go back to the last one, Visionless Dave, the tension's just going to keep brewing, but it's never going to climax. It's never going to reach a tipping point. It's going to keep building, and it's going to die down. Then it's going to keep building. It's going to die down, because neither of them is going to make that final leap to make it about something. That's not what those guys are about. Like, at all. All right. So thinking about hooking up with a girl from high school, kind of relationship. Don't want to end the relationship. Just want to fill a lifelong fantasy because she's in my DMs, right? Someone will try to backstab someone. That's already happened. VD, that's... So, right now, Visionless Dave is typing in the chat for when I cut out all the visual stuff and just put audio up. He said that someone will try to backstab someone, and Kirk will find out and escalate the situation. That's already happened. That's been happening for months. Every time that Cully, puts out a weird tweet painting Chris in a weird light. Like, that's just going to happen. And it's going to be part of the show, and they're going to laugh about it the next show. I'll be honest, we're reading too much into this. We just are. All right. So, Trent. Okay. This one's going to be easy. Okay. I have a very easy solution for you. I hear that you're in that relationship. Okay. Now, you didn't say this, but what I gather is things are already a little rocky. If you're even contemplating this, you're not having a great time. Gross. I'm sorry about that. But if hooking up with this person means that much, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to have to break up with whoever you're in a relationship with. All right? You can't be a dirtbag now. You got... Right? Because, like, you're going to have to come clean at some point. It's going to come to light. All right? Nothing in the background's ever in the background for too long. So, I personally would just stop letting this person in your DMs. Yes, Visionless Dave. Trent needs to question his motives. If you want to be in your current relationship, be in your current relationship. If you want to have relations with that hot girl from high school, have relations with the high school. You can't do both. Don't do both. All right? You can't dip your peanut butter fork in your butter fork. It messes up the fork. And the butters. Does he really want to hook up with this girl, or is he just unhappy? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I feel he's just unhappy in whatever he's in. I don't know. The biggest thing, the biggest takeaway here is to either be present or get going. Yeah, Trent, I got some questions for you. If you want to call in at 414-439-3906, you can do that. We can have this conversation because Visionless Dave right now is bringing up some really good points. All right. Maybe you're just frustrated, sexually. Or, or maybe you're kind of burnt out from that relationship. And then we have to go back to cognitive distortions and talk about why you're actually burnt out. Ooh. Thank you, VD, for retweeting all my tweets today. I really appreciate you. All right. Okay. I think we've helped Trent all we can. Whatever he decides is what he's going to have to live with. And if he can live with cheating, I don't know if I want him watching. Gonna be real. Gonna be real. All right. So this one is from my papa. The question he would like answered is, what's the secret to happiness? I think the secret to happiness is not putting so much stock in being able to find it. I think that trying to force yourself to find this pseudo idea of what happiness actually is so regressive. I find that happiness will find you, not the other way around. I struggle with happiness daily. I work a job that I don't like. I come home and have to sleep alone in a bed. while everyone else is somewhere else. Oh, is my stream still on? I'll worry about that later. Happiness will only find you if you're open to receiving it. Yes. My happiest moments came when I wasn't outwardly searching to be happy. I was searching to just search. I place a lot of stock in my happiness. I place a lot of stock in the other people around me. I can't really be alone, if that makes sense. So my biggest thing is that I can come home and be with the people that I care about. I lost that because I was trying to be happy. I was trying to find the happiness. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Yeah, that's a big thing. That's big. Where was I? This is a tough one. Because there is no actual secret to happiness. Happiness is just there. I placed so much stock in making sure that every aspect of my life was happy, that I stopped being happy. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted to find the perfect job, wanted the perfect family, wanted the perfect house, and now I have just about none of it. I have the ability to do this, which is very great. I love doing this. But this is it. This is the biggest I've smiled in a very long time. And like, it's rough. To be able to come to grips with that is just terrifying for me. Because like, there's a completely different place that I'd rather be right now. I wouldn't be able to do this. But I'd live in a place that I'd want to live in. I'd work at a place that I'd want to work at. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Because, like, we're going back to what I mentioned earlier about, about what we, prioritize our time with. It's always about that. So I guess the secret to happiness is how you prioritize your time. Do you prioritize your time with something that's helpful for you? Or do you prioritize your time with something that is just going to maybe make you happy for a little bit, or maybe make you a little bit of money? That's what I would say the secret of happiness is. That's what I would say. Making sure that you put the energy into something that you actually care about. All right. Those are all the responses I got. Thank you, Visionless Dave. I'm smart. I appreciate it. I can't wait to cut this up tomorrow. That's pretty much all I'm doing for like 6 hours, just cutting up this video. I don't even think I have enough time. Actually, I think that would work just fine. I do want to get some more in. So I will post the I'll find some more places to post the link for the form. Or you can call 414-439-3906. Thanks, babe. I think Cody's watching right now. I appreciate you. All right, I should probably post this on the Twitch channel. You're great, babe. All right, I posted the link in the Twitch. If you want to click on it and enter one, feel free. VD, what did you just send me? Oh, it's a Modest Mouse. You sent me a Modest Mouse song. I'll listen to it after the stream, buddy, all right? I like how Tyler Creator's just been chilling in the corner here. This is actually a really good Tiny Desk concert. This is really good. Cody said the secret to happiness is butt stuff, which I guess is. That was a question for my dad, dude. I can't tell him that. Ugh, it's gross. I don't want to think about my dad and butt stuff. Ooh, I got another one. This one's a little tougher to answer here. I assume you mean the secret to forgiveness. And in that sense, I don't know if I know the secret to forgiveness or how to forgive. For the longest time, I would forgive everyone because I didn't think that I was worthy enough to take that kind of stand. And now that I guess I'm becoming more mentally aware, I'll put it. I don't know how to go about forgiving, or I guess what the protocol is. What I'm told a lot is that I am too ready to make sure that everybody in my life is happy, which is fine, which it should be. But also, I am too ready to make sure that everyone outside of my life is happy. Anybody on the street, if they're having a bad day, I'll make sure that maybe they have a couple more bucks. Or maybe they smiled in that moment. because those are big. Everyone needs a smile. Everyone needs to be able to laugh for a second. Makes the monotony not so monotonous. But at the same time, I know that okay, this is a very good point. Thank you, Cody, for saving me for a second. I would say that allowing yourself to be angry about it is the first step to forgiving. Choosing your battles are important, though. I try not to put myself in a place where I have to forgive. That's good. That's smart. So let's unpack that for a second, right? Not allowing yourself to be angry is the first step to forgiving. Yes. I hated being angry. I thought it was a useless emotion. My 8-year-old loves that phrase, useless. A useless emotion. But anger is helpful. You see on the football field, we'll say, that someone can get angry and just have a better game. Maybe 17. Number 17, Devontae Adams, gets stiffed when he's running a route. And the next play, he comes back to the huddle. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, throw it to me next time. I'm going to blow by this guy. I'm going to score a touchdown. It'll be 7 points for us. Easy. And then on the other side of that coin, there's, you get stiffed on that route and you get thrown out of the game because you took off that guy's helmet. Some things are worth considered bad, and if they truly are, you have to allow yourself to let it all out. You can't ignore it. Yeah. Yeah, you can't ignore it. You should not ignore your feelings. Because that's just not helpful. We're going to go back to that helpful. You got to allow yourself to truly be angry before you can forgive. Look at Cody, speaking her words of wisdom over here. Oh, I really looked out. I got a really funny reply that I'll address later. I got 2 replies I got to address later. This is heavy. Choosing what to actually be angry over is smart as well. I take things too close to the chest. I do. If I get inadvertently made fun of, no. Oh, they're talking about feminine hips, and I take that too personally. That's not on them. That's on me. They weren't talking about my feminine hips. If I had any, don't talk about my feminine hips. Cody made a funny joke. Said that her psychology major was only helpful for podcasts. Forgiving someone for a wrong can be healing. And being angry doesn't change that. You are able to forgive someone. I said don't talk about it. Heck. This silence speaks volumes. I know that I have a lot of decisions to make. This is getting really personal, so I'll probably just cut this out of the overall assignment, but I'll air it out now. I have a lot of deciding to do. Things that have happened that I gotta figure out on my end. I'm trying to be serious, and I'm gonna turn off your text for a second, Cody. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I have to decide. Mainly if I want to forgive. A lot of these cognitive distortions that I talked about earlier stemmed from a very hurtful place. And I guess my main thing is that I have to worry about me before I make any decision on anything else. My brain's not healthy. It ain't. That's for sure. It's the one thing I know. And I gotta make sure that I'm capable of taking care of everybody else, which isn't healthy as well. But it's kind of like putting your mask on. Like you're in an airplane, right? There's some turbulence and all the breathing masks come down. You gotta put your own on before you help somebody else. Ooh, I just had one of those cognitive distortions again. Ugh. God damn. Oh, I gotta go back and bleep out all these swears. Gosh, dang it. Ugh, it's messy. Look at Anderson Paak in the corner there. Look at that. Look at that. My screen's up here, by the way. Look at that. Your heart don't stand a chance. That's the song he's singing right now. Again, I've watched this Tiny Desk concert too many times. Ooh. I'm going to leave it at that. I think the first step to forgiveness is being angry. The second step is dealing with that anger. And the third step is that weighing the options, weighing the pros and cons to see if A, was worth being angry, or B, if you can find it in you to forgive. Let's go to the next one. All right. Who is this? A disciple. All right. He filled this out on January 23rd, 1990. Wasn't alive back then. What life situation do you need knowledge on? Timber. Wood's flammable, so put it in your fireplace and don't burn down your house, because you can do that. It spreads really easily. Make sure it's covered in stone, or surrounded in stone, rather. Good luck, my disciple. All right, the next one. From QBM. Pegging, yes or no? I'd say yeah. Go for it, dude. Go for it, dude. And then I got to go back to Twitter because I got a reply earlier today. He says, I need advice. I'm a guy. How am I supposed to poop standing up? Just can't figure it out. Well, so you're standing, right? You got to squat down a little bit, spread the cheeks, and just squeeze. Just squeeze. But don't squeeze too hard. You don't want to pee now. Because if you pee standing up and you poop standing up at the same time, it's just going to be a big mess. You got to do either or. Can't do both. I got no callers today, which is sad. That's all right. I'll get callers next time. All right. I think that it's just about time.
He's totally biffing it. Who did put the cap back on the milk bottle? He did! And they pointed at each other.
So, yeah, that's I'm actually not on the phone right now. But if you want, leave a message, that's great. If you don't, that's cool too.
That was like...
So just, leave a message at the beep, and then we're all gravy. All right?
We're all gravy.
Nustin. Now that Nustin character,
NustinIsFine.
he's pretty fire.